But yeah, y'all see this picture right here with these brothers. These pretty bad brothers right here. I say they were dying for a cause. I must say that. The first colored senator and representatives. The first colored senators and representatives. So let's run through a couple of them, see what they was all about. All right, check it out. So you got Hiram R. Revels. That's one of the brothers. This is him right here. It said Hiram R. Revels is the first African American to serve in the United States Senate. It said, who was Hiram R. Revels? Hiram R. Revels was a minister who, in 1870, became the first African American United States Senator, representing the state of Mississippi. He served for a year before leaving to become president of a historically black college. Revels died on January 16, 1901, in Aberdeen, Mississippi. His early life. Hiram Revels was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, on September 27, 1827. Despite being born in the South in the time of widespread slavery, Revels was a member of a free family. He and his brother, both apprenticed as barbers. He and his brother both apprenticed as barbers. Revels' brother subsequently owned his own barbershop. Upon his brother's death, Revels inherited and ran the shop before leaving North Carolina to study at seminaries in Indiana and Ohio in 1845. He was ordained as a minister in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Episcopal, that's how you said it, Episcopal Church, working as a itinerant preacher. I say Revels participated in the Civil War, organizing 2 black regiments for the Union Army. So it's a political career, right? And he said his political career, they went straight to him being in the Civil War. So say Revels participated in the Civil War, organizing 2 black regiments for the Union Army. He also fought for the Union at the Battle of Vicksburg. So it's another Union, huh? So he fought for the Union Army, and he fought for the Union at the battle. So he fought for the Union, but he fought in the Civil War, and he fought at the Battle of Vicksburg. And he said after the war, he settled in Natchez, Mississippi, with his wife and daughters, and continued his career in the clergy. He quickly grew to be a respected member of the community, known for his keen intelligence and oratorical skills. Yeah, I think how you say that. Oratorical skills. Although he had no previous government experience, Revels garnered enough community support to win election to the position of alderman in 1868 during the first phase of Reconstruction. He then served briefly in the Mississippi State Senate. See, and listen. It say in 1870, the state Congress selected Revels to fill a vacant seat in the United States Senate. Let's see. In the United States Senate debate surrounding eligibility hinged on the 1857 Dred Scott decision. Wait a minute. It said in 1870, right? Let me make this a little bit better just so y'all can see. It said in 1870, the state Congress selected Revels to fill a vacant seat in the United States Senate. It say debate surrounding his eligibility hinged on the 1857 Dred Scott decision, which precluded African American citizenship. It said the decision was effectively reversed by the ratification of the 14th Amendment after the Civil War. Democrats argued that rebels did not meet the 9-year citizenship requirement to hold congressional office, given his ineligibility for citizenship through the war years. Okay, so they're basically trying to say he didn't have enough years to run straight because during the war years he wasn't considered to be a citizen. See what I'm saying? And it said ultimately, Revels and his Republican allies prevailed by citing Revels' mixed race background, by citing it. And Revels became the first African American to serve in the United States Senate. His appointment was particularly symbolic. It said his appointment was particularly symbolic in that the seat he occupied had previously belonged to Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy. It say during his time in Washington, the press praised Revels for his well-crafted speeches and diplomatic approach to a tense congressional environment. His signature issue was civil rights, including the integration of schools and equal opportunities for Black workers. So this was the integration of schools and all that stuff coming in at civil rights movement and shit. All right. It say Revels urged a moderate view on the restoration of Confederate citizenship. Confederate citizenship, huh? Restoration on Confederate citizenship. It say, while the radical Republicans in Congress called for harsh punishments to be meted out to Civil War rebels, Senator Revels took a milder view. Right? It say, while the radical Republicans in Congress called for harsh punishments to be meted out to Civil War rebels, Senator Revels took a milder view. He argued for the immediate restoration of citizenship to former Confederates, along with the secure enfranchisement, education, and employment eligibility of African Americans. He said he took a milder view. He said he argued for the immediate restoration of citizenship to former Confederates, along with the secure enfranchisement, education, and employment eligibility of African Americans. Later in life, Revels resigned from the Senate after a year to accept the presidency of Alcorn Agricultural and Mechanical College, located in Claiborne County, Mississippi. He also served as an instructor in philosophy. This position at the historically Black Alcorn allowed Revels to directly participate in the intellectual enrichment of African Americans, a cause for which he had fought while serving in the Senate. Okay, so he got what he had for a minute. Okay. In addition to his administrative and teaching roles, Revels remained involved with the Methodist Church, continuing to preach publicly until the end of his life. Revels died on January 16, 1901, while attending a meeting of Methodist ministers. Excuse me. in Aberdeen, Mississippi. Excuse me again. Sorry, y'all. All right. Say fact check. We strive for accuracy and fairness. If you see something that doesn't look right, contact us. All right, cool. But for the most part, we know it was a brother in the office. All the fluff. Okay, cool. But I'm just saying, the main idea, and way back when, you had brothers in the office doing things. And they act like it wasn't nothing going on like that. You feel me? The man born in 1827. And say he was not a slave. Why wasn't he a slave? Because he was able to work for himself by cutting hair as a barber, right? So I mean his family was probably business owners. And they were taking care of themselves, doing their own thing, you feel me? And you see how they try to reference as his background had different type of little race or whatever to make him free. But listen, no. And you hear how they say about the Dred Scott case, that they were trying to play him out of, trying to act like he couldn't get in because of Dred Scott. Said that he wasn't a citizen or what have you. But then after that, they tried to run it down on him saying he wasn't, he ain't been here for 7, 8 years. Some they say straight, 9 years, something like that. They say straight. But then they say that's when they modified the 14th Amendment to make everybody be equal under the law of the United States. But that's how they end up getting us to be able to start being a part of the United States when they ratified the 14th Amendment. You know what I'm saying? And that's when everybody start running over there trying to be a part of them under the civil rights movement and all that, which ain't got nothing to do with human rights. You know, it's just saying, hey, okay, we could legally do business together, legitimate. You feel me? Get under your contracts and all that. But at the end of the day, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with your human rights. It ain't got nothing to do with your human rights. You got to be able to protect yourself, you know. All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna close it out with Mr. With Hiram R. Revels. So he one of them brothers that was sitting on the seat back then. Till next time. Check out the next one. Peace.